Bom dia. Portugal. Wow. The political turmoil is colorful and exciting. One day, the Prime Minister is canceling the NHR tax program, and the next, he's resigning, the Parliament is being dissolved, and new elections are being scheduled for March. So, with these changes and new elections, what happens to the 2024 budget vote that was scheduled and the NHR that was attached to it? Life is short, and it'll be fun. Remember? If you have been looking at moving to Portugal and had your hopes dashed to the ground last month, it looks like you will not be getting an extended opportunity to apply for the NHR. But truly, only time will tell. The resigning Prime Minister and current Parliament will still be in place until the budget has been completed. With all this going on, let's talk about the NHR and options you never knew existed to obtain a residency permit that are not tied to a D7, D8, or D2 visa. That way, once you run all your tax numbers and decide to come anyway, you'll be ready. Today, we will be hearing from Sandra Fernandes from SJF Consultancy. In case you are new to our channel, I am Alan. I'm here with my wife Leslie, our son Wolf, dog Greer, and Rex the cat. We are from the United States and now live in Portugal on the beautiful island of Madeira. Come on, it'll be fun. Vai ser divertido. For those not familiar with the NHR tax regime, it offers tax breaks if you qualify for up to 10 years for those becoming a tax resident of Portugal. So, if you are interested in applying for a visa and hoping to qualify for the NHR scheme, it is probably water under the bridge at this point. If you have already applied for your visa and receive it before the end of the year, you may be able to slide in and still apply for the NHR. Keep in mind that the NHR program ending is currently just a proposal. However, there is pressure from the citizens of Portugal as well as the EU to end this program. We want to remind you that there will always be changes to the tax policies, and you should really have all the numbers run. Everyone's income comes from different sources, and therefore all things are not created equal. But before we get too far, we are viewer supported. And if you like our videos and would like to see more, please show your support by giving us a thumbs up, subscribing, and hitting the bell. Moving on, we have spoken with Sandra in the past regarding visas and the normal paths to obtaining a temporary residency. But did you know there are options to get a residency in Portugal without applying while you're outside of Portugal? Well, guess what? Sandra is going to tell us about them.
Hi, thank you for this invitation again. It's always a pleasure talking to you. The options that we have to get a permit in Portugal without starting by applying outside Portugal, the traditional ones, I believe you already know, it's about working in Portugal, coming under the 90 days exception or a Schengen visa, then start working and paying social security and taxes, either with a working agreement or as a retainer or as a freelancer having clients in Portugal that are Portuguese. And after 12 months of paying social security and taxes, it can be accepted of social security if we're talking about retainer, and it really depends on the amount, so there's a lot of issues around. But anyway, if there are taxes being involved and someone is really working for 12 months, it's possible to apply for a resident permit without starting with a visa outside Portugal. Other two options, one of them is very well known as the tech visa, which in fact is not a visa. I mean, everyone could apply outside Portugal. It's possible to get immediately a permit here in Portugal, working for companies that are certified by the IAPME. IAPME is a public institution that certifies companies that are very interesting for the Portuguese economy, and technology has been the highest, I would say. So it's all the easiest to get certified through IAPME. But it's possible in other areas of the economy to get certified. So if the company is certified by the IAPME, whoever is working for that company, but it has to be work with a salary base, and there's a little bit, it's more than the minimum salary that is required. Okay, it's usually it's 1.5, more or less 1.5 of the minimum salary as a salary with the Portuguese company. That person can apply for a resident permit in Portugal without starting outside Portugal. We have other options that are being very now but more and more well known is high qualified people, high qualified activity, it's how it's called. And high qualified activity can be for, people are coming or working in research with universities, that's one possibility, or working as in high levels, and in Portuguese companies as well, with a degree, with a university degree, or at least a minimum of 5 years of experience as senior management. It's also possible to apply for a resident permit without going through the visa, okay? That visa process. Another one, which I loved, be able to work much more than we are working, but again is the Portuguese bureaucracy, unfortunately, is a startup visa. Startup visa is again another one that we don't need to start outside Portugal. It could be done here, and working as and doing a startup with a incubator. It has to be a legalized incubator. And if you incorporate a company, the trick here is to make sure that you have a business plan that you will be able to follow. Because if you incorporate in an incubator, you should be able to meet the requirements that you set yourself in your business plan. Okay, that's the key. And that's good because it's possible to get a resident permit based on a startup that is in an incubator, to make sure it's regulated, etc., and there is an inspection to it. The problem has been in Portugal to get the IAPME. First of all, many of the public incubators, they have a lot of restrictions, and they need someone to be there actually at the incubator, to be present. And that's one of the requirements. But as I said, as long as the requirements are met, it's possible to get a resident permit. What they might take more time is to get the certificate from, again, the IAPME, the same institution, because the startup needs to apply to get this certificate for safe purposes, to get residency. And that is what is taking a long time, and it should be quick, according to our immigration law.
Let us know what we can help you with. For example, planning your journey from the scouting trip through getting settled in Madeira. Join us on Patreon, where we can help you with a NIF, connect you with our trusted real estate agent, immigration team, tax attorney, etc. Don't forget to pick up your free moving abroad planning checklist at www.it'llbefunretirement.com. We hope you continue to come along with us on our new adventure. Life is short. We should have done this sooner. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to help us grow. The next stage in your life is a journey.